Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review Part 29A. This is the start of the Marineford arc. I'm covering episodes 457 to 461 because stuff gets really crazy after this. It's all like gearing up, basically not much action per se, basically it's good setup. Plus, we'll get some stock footage here. Now, the first two episodes is simply the build up toward it. The first two episodes of this arc also, believe it or not, the last two episodes of season 12. Yep, the last two episodes. And it's mostly bookended with, the first half simply put to just, seeing Luffy and all the escapees from Impel Down going to Marineford before being stopped by the Gate of Justice. And we kind of get basically Ace's backstory here, where him and Luffy basically get a little bit here, like Luffy a kid when he was a child, and then basically went into here in Alabasta, and before he got captured by, Blackbeard. The other one is simply put, showing off all the 7 warlords of the sea, 5 of them anyways, where all of them except for Doflamingo has accounts of the Straw Hats, and they show all the stock footage related to them basically with account of the Straw Hats. Doflamingo's stock footage is stuff from the start of Water 7, is stuff from the Long Road Long Island arc, where he's punishing Bellamy and his navigator, I believe it is. And they're just basically called out to see Ace's execution, which is in 3 hours at this point. And Kuchiku is seen here, and even Aokiji, Akanu, the third of the big admirals, his face is not seen until, I think it's like episode 359, we finally see his face. Can skip a shot because he's never been seen before. This is actually his first appearance in the series. And don't worry, this player. Oh, and in case you're wondering what happened with the people in Impel Down, here's the strange thing about them. After this arc, the staff of Impel Down are only seen in like one cover story, where it's revealed that Magellan got demoted to Vice Warden, and Hannibal got promoted to Warden. Domino, who was the woman in the same outfit that Magellan is in, but basically white, she got promoted to head jailer due to Sarah of the Rain defecting to over the Blackbeard Pirates. And Mistress Sadie developed a crush on Magellan. Where the heck this comes from, I have no idea. But that's the last you hear from them. I will explain what happened with Blackbeard when he gets down to the 6th floor, because it is interesting to hear what happened. I'll get to that later on, because that's when Blackbeard shows up, but he shows up much later on in the arc itself. But that's what happens with them. Now, after the stock footage, we have Ace being let out of his cell and led to the execution plan, pretty much almost the same type of one he used to kill his father, and even going to use the same blades. I don't think they're the same exact blades, but it's the same type of execution to use it. And then they have everybody all lined up, ready to go. They explain there's 100,000 Marines here, and up front, like in the middle, is the 5 of the 7 warlords. Going from left to right, we have Bata Makuma, Doflamingo, Gekka Moria, Hawkeye Mihawk, and Boa Hancock. Yep. And basically you see a lot of stuff for Gekka Moria. He's looking out, see what's out there. Hawkeye and Boa and Hancock are just standing there, not doing much anything. The only one not doing so much in motion is, of course, Kuma. There is a reason for this, and I'll explain this in a later video, because it's quite strange how the heck this guy is still warlord, despite what happened to him. Doflamingo basically just hungry for battle. And they look out in the seas like everything in the ship's like, and look at us like, where's Whitebeard? And look at us see some silhouettes. Is that Whitebeard's fleet? No, it's actually all of his allies, including one of his oars. That's explained later what the heck oars is. And then we have the coolest entrance in the series. Now, this particular entrance was voted on WatchMojo's top 10 best anime entrances, and it has basically earned the spot it got. Where Son Goku, basically, before all that, is explaining of who Ace's biological father is. Of course, he says it's Whitebeard. Nope, it's not Whitebeard. Ace's father is Gold Roger. Yes, the former king of the pirates. And his mother, Porcus de Rouge. This flashback featuring her is her only appearance in the series. There's a reason for that. You want to know why? She's dead. She died giving birth to Ace after being pregnant with him for 20 months. He explains this like a year and 3 months. No. That's like a year and 8 months of being pregnant. A year is 12 months, not frickin', I don't know, 15 months. That's probably how it is in this world, but it's kind of weird when you come to think of it. And then we have the Whitebeard pirates show up, and they explain what happened with Ace, like Wrath left his village. Well, they also explain like how basically Gold Roger, where he basically made a deal with Garp in order to spare his son, that he would take him in, and he does. He finds Rouge after the Marines basically search every woman, and they especially kill any suspected mothers. I'm like, what is your problem? What is your obsession with killing one woman who apparently carrying the son of the king of pirates? Because apparently pirates are depicted to be evil people. Despite the fact how people who even served with him and pirates who knew him, he was not like the world government to betray him. The world government is alive because he's a pirate. So, and they pretty much explain, Luffy's, because Ace is not Luffy's like biological brother, and because Gold Rogers is Ace's father, and the reason why that they're related, like why they're brothers, because Ace was adopted into the family of the monkey family, because Garp was asked to do that by Gold Roger. And they do explain what happened with Ace Wrath left the women village, where he basically formed his own pirate crew, made a name for himself, got himself a bounty, was offered a position as a warlord, which he turned down, and then his goal was to confront and kill Whitebeard, potentially become king of the pirates. And first he meets Jinbei, fights him and basically wins, has a brief fight with Whitebeard, though he survives, and he tries multiple times to kill Whitebeard, and then eventually he just joins the crew anyways because he was offered to, and his crew apparently as well. And he was offered the position of second commander because apparently he was vacant for some time. And we also see Blackbeard in this flashback where he's just eating cherry pie, and he's like, I have no ambition for that. And then they show the dark moment in the flashback. And the reason why that Ace had to go search up for Blackbeard. Thaddeus, the 4th Division commander, showed off a devil fruit. And it's shown like in Blackbeard's face that was a devil he really wanted. So he kills him. Now, at this point, they didn't say how he was killed. Basically, Blackbeard killed him by stabbing him to death in order to take the devil fruit, and basically Ace was told not to go after him, just let it go. He's like, no, I'm his commander. I will bring him to justice. Basically, bring him for Whitebeard, probably punish him for it. And he sets off, and that leads to, him searching for him, and that's actually going to be explored in the Ace light novel. It's also covered in the cover stories of Ace's his search for Blackbeard before he got captured at that old West town that appeared in the post-Ennie's lobby arc. And yeah, that's where the thing ends. And also Luffy, his group, basically, where they reach the gate of justice and figure, okay, they say that can open for us, and then something weird happens. Even Son Goku notices too. The gate justice just magically open. Why did these particular gate justice don't open? That's also not explained until later. Who's behind that? Despite the fact that nobody ordered that thing to be open. And Garp is reasonably against executing Ace. And also during the setup, we also see all 3 Admirals together. Aokiji, Akinu, and Kazu. Now, Akinu was actually briefly in the flashback. You don't see his face per se, but he was definitely in the flashback when Odora was destroyed. And here he sits next to Aokiji, a man he and Aokiji do not like each other at all, probably because of the difference in philosophy. Akinu's his philosophy is absolute justice, kill all pirates as possible. Aokiji's is lazy justice, though he has a good sense of honor. Kizaru, I'm not sure what his code of ethics are. And well, then we have, of course, we have the Whitebeard stuff show happen, and we see briefly a few hours, like we see Smoker and Tashigi. I think it's like one admiral show, but that's simply it. They don't show they don't show Admiral Jonathan. He does not appear here. He did appear briefly when they showed the Admiral show up at Marineford preparing for the battle, but here he's not seen here in none of these episodes, anyways. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about when it comes to these particular episodes. But this is just the start of the Marineford arc. And the reason why I decided to stop at 461, because crazy stuff starts happening next episode. Well, they kind of start crazy stuff here, but the more crazier stuff related to big action stuff. The only action in this episode is basically Whitebeard breaking the freaking sky in order to summon two gigantic tidal waves on both sides of Marineford. That's the biggest action piece you get. Plus, I love the camera shots here. They go like zoom, they whoosh. It's almost like a big like sky cam. Like if it was like lower going up. It's great camera work when it comes to this particular arc. Well, for these episodes, good stuff. Okay. Now I was gonna do Fire Force Snap, but because of how late it's getting, I'll probably save for tomorrow, along with some case close up and more One Piece. Okay. But until this next video. Bye.